Hello, everyone. Welcome to another discussion coming under central nervous system. So here we are going to discuss about the flow of cerebrospinal fluids um, in the brain. Okay, so now we are going to say what is the pathway for the cerebrospinal fluid here to flow down here to the spinal cord. So I'm going to discuss with you about the pathway of the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, so when we are discussing regarding this topic, I just want to tell you about a question which was asked previously in one of the government nurses exam. The question was among the options given below, which is the right pathway of the cerebrospinal fluid flow? So it's very important to know the order of the pathway of the cerebrospinal fluid. That's why I'm having a small discussion. This is going to be a very small video where you will get an idea about the pathway, just the way of flowing of cerebrospinal fluid. Before that, I wanted to let you know that cerebrospinal fluid is produced by the ependymal cells in the choroid plexus. So where is the cerebrospinal fluid is produced? It is in the choroid plexus. It's produced in the choroid plexus, and it is produced by the ependymal cells. So if you don't know what is ependymal cells, I have done a video regarding the neuroglial cells. So in that video, I have explained in detail about different types of glial cells, and ependymal cell is a glial cell which helps in the production of cerebrospinal fluid. So now we got two questions. Who is responsible for producing the cerebrospinal fluid? The answer is ependymal cells. And where is cerebrospinal fluid produced? And the answer is it is in the choroid plexus, is the place where CSF is produced, and ependymal cell is responsible for the production of CSF. So we got two questions here. Okay. Now we are going to discuss in detail about the pathway, how the CSF is flowing from the choroid plexus. There is a choroid plexus. See, I was talking to you about this choroid plexus where the CSF is produced with the help of ependymal cells. So here is the CSF produced in here, and from here the CSF is flowing to the lateral ventricle of the brain. Here is a lateral ventricle of the brain, and from the lateral ventricle they are going to the third ventricle through foramen of Monro. So first one is lateral ventricle, and then is foramen of Monro, and then the third ventricle. So just remember that the third place is for third ventricle. So first one is lateral ventricle, then it is going to the third ventricle via foramen of Monro. So 1, 2, 3. We got this order till third ventricle, and from the third ventricle this is going through the aqueduct of Sylvis. Aqueduct of Sylvis. So from the third ventricle, CSF pass through aqueduct of Sylvis to the fourth ventricle. So the fourth point will be the aqueduct of Sylvis, and fifth one is fourth ventricle. So first one, the CSF is produced in the choroid plexus with the help of ependymal cells, and from the place of production, it is the lateral ventricle, and from the lateral ventricle, it's going to the third ventricle through foramen of Monro. So lateral ventricle, foramen of Monro, third ventricle. From third ventricle, goes to the aqueduct of Sylvis and reach the fourth ventricle. From the fourth ventricle, this is going to foramen of Leschka or foramen of Magdane. So these both are coming as same. So you can either learn one of these names, foramen of Leschka or foramen of Magdane. And then from foramen of Magdane, it's coming down through the subarachnoid space of the spinal cord. So this is the pathway of cerebrospinal fluid, which is actually produced in choroid plexus. Very, very important. Cerebrospinal fluid is produced in choroid plexus with the help of ependymal cells. It's going from the lateral ventricle to spinal cord, to the subarachnoid space of the spinal cord through this pathway. So I hope you got an idea about the pathway. That is from lateral ventricle, foramen of Monro, third ventricle, aqueduct of Sylvis, fourth ventricle, and foramen of Magdane. So this another question which can be asked in this from this picture is what is the what is in the pathway of cerebrospinal fluid, what is between the third ventricle and fourth ventricle? So they can provide in the options like an aqueduct of Sylvis or foramen of Leschka or foramen of Magdane, and will be confused. So just In case if such questions comes up, we need to learn by heart what is the path flow. That is lateral, foramen of Monro, third ventricle, aqueduct of Sylvis, and fourth ventricle, and then it's going through foramen of Magrane to the spinal cord subarachnoid space. I hope you got a bit of idea about the flow of cerebrospinal fluid in the brain. Thanks for watching the video and keep watching and support me. Thank you very much. Bye bye.